You know you ain't pay for this. You know you ain't pay for this.
Hello?
You know you ain't pay for this.
Bitch,
What?
let me tell you what happened. All these niggas in my DM, they be capping. I'm laughing, but I'm sick of this shit.
Yeah.
Let's start a podcast to talk about it.
Ooh, let's give us something they can relate to.
Yep.
Made for the ladies, but niggas can listen to. Talk about experience, give advice. Don't forget to follow us and subscribe.
This.
Cause you added yourself to the stream. I was like, why is she up here on the screen?
I didn't mean that.
It's okay. This is your first time logging in. But what's up? It's your girl Dee.
And it's your girl, Cle.
And this is Bitch. Let me tell you what happened. The podcast. Okay, so we had some technical difficulties. We might sound a little bit distorted. So we're trying to.
Like that.
I'm not really sure, but hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. So as you guys are joining the live, make sure that you tag 3 or 4 friends. Make sure that you share, like, and subscribe to all of our different channels. And we're going to go ahead and get started. As you guys coming on in, you know, we always have to do our preliminary items as it relates to the podcast. So once again, make sure you please share, like, and comment, and follow us at, this is our personal pages, Deanna C Music, at Cleonce, and at Bitch Let Me Tell You What Happened, the acronym, alrighty? So, best friend,
What is it?
how was your week?
Oh, y'all, I promise it sounds so horrible in my ear right now. But my week, Lord Jesus be with us. I said a little prayer on the way here, but I guess God ain't fucking with us tonight. Okay. So, yeah. This week, of course, it's the beginning of the week. It's Tuesday night. So I guess I'll tell you about the end of last week.
Mm-hmm.
My last week was so not interesting as fuck. I worked, and Saturday night, all of us and our best friends, and we all went to the bubble for Curtis Gibson's birthday, which today is his actual birthday. So shout out to Curtis Gibson, happy birthday. Anyway, Jagged Edge was there on Saturday night. It was R&B night, and I was in all my glory. Like, I really was up there like a fucking auntie. Like, I was up there like somebody's auntie baby, singing all of the R&B songs. Like, I was really feeling it. I was into it. And then when Jagged Edge came out, they mics was fucked up. I felt pain because I was fucked up right now. They mics was fucked up, so I was kind of annoyed about the sound that night. But other than
Yeah,
that,
they had professional people. We're not professional, so
it was no excuse.
there's no excuse on their end. Us, we're a work in progress. So
Definitely a fucking work in progress.
So, well, I get he had the same kind of week, and it makes sense because there was an ice storm, so nobody was doing anything.
And you know what? A lot of people just got power back today, so that sucks for people whose power was out.
Yeah, I went to a bubble as well. And I had a really great time. I was in my auntie glory. I was two-stepping and doing everything.
Baby, Deanna was giving drug dealer girlfriend at the party. Okay, she had a cat suit on. You know what I'm saying?
Had on my shades.
She had her shades on. You know, I was just like, look at Mary D. Blige around this.
If I had I I wish I had on some thigh high boots to like that really would have sealed the deal wearing the thigh high boots.
Some thigh high boots definitely would kill.
Yeah, but I had some, but the tip of the toes was messed up, and I just felt like, you know, once your boots start getting scraped up at the toe and in the back.
I just like fuck it. Like, no I'm not wearing that shit.
No, that's giving more crackhead than aunties.
Wait a minute, not crackhead. Well, I mean, the drug dealer's girlfriend. I mean,
yeah, but you don't.
I mean, sometimes they be crackheads too.
No, as the girlfriend.
I'm not making fun of crackheads, you guys.
No, as the girlfriend, you can't try out the product. Like, that's not gonna work.
I feel like I'm a little higher than you.
I don't know why. I don't know if it's because of how I'm sitting, like I'm leaning back or what.
Maybe it is. I don't know.
Right. So
in the comments, so you hoes got it working and then take me back. Huh? Definitely giving.
Well, you see us, don't it? I was giving Monet. But less irritating.
So, hey, Shay, Tia, how we sound right now? Do we sound real fucked up, or is it just like a little fucked up? Let us know in the comments. Anyway, so we had a good weekend, I guess you can say. Yesterday, Monday, I think I just was in the bed all goddamn day. I didn't do shit. I didn't do shit today either.
It was self-care Monday and Tuesday.
Yes, mental health days, you guys.
So Monday was self-care day and Tuesday was mental health day.
Yep, so that's exactly what the hell it was.
Yeah. I worked on some uniforms and then I went live and, talked to some of the people today because I just had to work on uniforms. I didn't have any additional obligations. So that was cool, pretty chill or whatever. And we're basically, I don't know what we basically, because I'm coming off a high, but
see, you know what?
But I
definitely ate edible, but it hasn't kicked in yet. So right now, I am being on a professional podcast.
I'm not. And it's no sense. You can't be professional on a podcast. It's real life drama and action. That's the thrill of being on a podcast. Is like the goofy moments and the things that you feel like needs to be bleeped out. That's what make the podcast special.
That is
right.
So speaking of, so today I wanted to hit on this topic because, y'all, this is supposed to be our lovers podcast. This is the episode where we talk about love and Black love and everything like that. And, we typically, well, I ain't gonna say typically, when we think about Valentine's Day, we think about getting sexy. And then we kind of think about, getting a show. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. And getting gifts and stuff. But before we go into that, I had my historical figure that I want to do. Hopefully the video works because I really took some effort and tried to do something kind of professional like. So the historical figure that I have is Robert R. Church. He's from Memphis and I did a video. So I hope y'all gonna do this.
Robert R. Church Sr. was born June 18th, 1839 in Holly Springs, Mississippi. He was an African-American entrepreneur, businessman, and landowner in Memphis, Tennessee. Church acquired a large portion of his real estate during the yellow fever epidemic from 1873 to 1879. He also founded Solvent Savings Bank, the first Black-owned bank in Memphis, where Black residents could receive credit to buy homes and build businesses. Through business and real estate, Church became the first Black millionaire in the South. Today, we highlight and honor his contributions to the city of Memphis and to African American advancement.
My little video. I was trying to sound like.
Well, I was gonna talk about Nelly's little dick video before Deanna wanted to put the historical figure in there. I didn't want to get talking about Nelly dick after we talked about the Black history. So ladies, if you haven't seen that video.
Okay, well, I wasn't finished with what I was saying first. I was saying that for some people, they may think that he was white, but he was actually mixed race. So I wanted you guys to know their part, just in case y'all was like, who is this white man she's showing us? But I feel like he was a good person to highlight because he did do a lot for the city of Memphis. And so we wanted to honor those who provided contributions to Black history. Now we can talk about this little dick.
No, that is so. We can go ahead to the topics because I do not want to come about after this Robert R. Church, whatever his name is, and he's talking about Billy D. Like, no.
Friend, you could be multifaceted.
Yeah. And let me tell y'all something. Deanna gave me a whole list that add some stuff if you want to talk about it. I add some stuff and we got cut off. So we're going to go ahead and go to her next.
What did you add?
I added the hot topics. You didn't put that in there.
Well, I didn't see it. You didn't let me know that you added it.
I was going with the flow of the show. You
okay.
cut me off. Well, no, I had a Black History Fact. Okay, girl. Anyway, let's go ahead and go on to the next topic, Chad. Go ahead. This your thing. Hey, Tasha.
I was just, you seem like you wanted to lead the show, so that's fine if you wanted to do that. But anyway, what are your Valentine's Day plans?
I'm probably going to cook. I don't know. I was gonna try to make reservations to go out to dinner, but I think I am probably gonna just make me something. I don't know. I'll probably just cook dinner, have an edible, a glass of wine, a bubble bath, some shit like that, and just chill because it's a Monday. It's really my off day anyway. So I don't be doing shit on Mondays no way. But I don't really have no plans. And then Sunday I'll probably go skating the night before Valentine's Day. But I don't have a Valentine. I don't have any plans. I might cuddle up with the dogs or some shit like that. But other than that, I'm probably just gonna kick it with myself. Cause Tuesday all the hoopla be over. People gonna probably celebrate over the weekend anyway. I'm gonna be at work. So
just make sure, y'all, that you're not celebrating on the 13th or the 15th, because that means you ain't the main one, okay?
Okay.
So if he say, unless he has to work.
Not necessarily in this particular situation, because it's on a Monday. So most people don't get Valentine's Day off.
But if he has to work, that's what I was saying. Then that's a little different. But you gotta know that he actually works on Mondays during this time and not taking off to be with the main bitch. So just make sure that if he say he can't see you on Valentine's Day, you need to know the reason why. On the other hand, I'm gonna cook dinner as well. I actually do have a Valentine date. I had one last year, but it really didn't mean anything because it was like you lonely, I'm lonely, let's be lonely together. But this year is actually somebody that I am dating. So I'm looking forward to doing it and just doing something inside the house versus like going out because it's going to be crowded and all that kind of stuff. So I think that's going to be good. I look forward to doing it and we'll see how it goes.
Well, that sounds fun. You got a Valentine, so you cooking for him?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because I hadn't made like dinner before. I only made like breakfast one time. So I figured it would be a good opportunity.
Are you going to buy him a gift? Gift.
Yeah, and that's
he probably watching. I would say, what you think you're gonna get him? But I don't want to ruin the surprise, okay? Because he might be watching. He might be watching.
Well, okay, so I do have a question as we're leading into our topics. Why does it seem like Valentine's Day is specifically for women?
Because it is. Because it is.
So you don't feel like it's for the man too?
I really don't feel like it is for the man per se. I just feel like traditionally it's always been when the men have done things for women. Now, I do feel like if you are in a committed relationship or you're comfortable with giving your man a gift, then that's what you want to do. It's for the lovers. It's for the lovers. So if you want to give a gift, you can. If you don't want to, then so fucking be it. I just feel like, when we were younger, it just didn't seem like it was a big deal that men receive Valentine's Day gifts. Now, niggas like, what you gonna give me? And then, like, I was talking to my homegirl, Courtney, earlier today, and I don't think on Valentine's Day I ever really expected, like, an elaborate gift. Like, I never expect, like, a purse or shoes and, actual gifts. I always thought Valentine's Day was just for, cutesy things, like, you cook for me, or let's go a date and get dressed up and flowers, candy, cards, teddy bears, things like that. I guess when you get older, people make it a big deal, like giving jewelry and purses and cars and outfits and because I'm like, damn, Christmas, we just had Christmas, motherfucker. Like, I gotta get you another present.
I guess for somebody like me, because gifts is one of my love languages, I like to receive gifts and I like to give gifts. So any opportunity where I can give a gift or receive a gift, I love it. And I do believe that Valentine's Day is for both partners, because if it's a new love, new relationship, or if you've been together for a long time, I think that's a good way to express your love. Now, do I believe that that's the only day you should express it? No, I do feel like it should be throughout the year. You just randomly do nice things for your partners, but I don't think it's specifically for women. Is it marketed mainly to women? Yes, because we're the ones that love and hearts and flowers and all those different things. But I do feel like men desire to receive gifts as well, especially from their significant other. Now, if you guys are not serious or anything, I don't think it should be any expectation on either side. But in a relationship, just like on my birthday, I get something, on your birthday, you get something, and Mother's Day, you get something, and if you're a father, on Father's Day, you get something. So Valentine's Day, I would think that we equally should get something. Now, in some cases, the men may do more than the women. So I'm not really sure, but that's just my opinion. I know everybody's opinion is different, but I typically like to see their reaction on what I give them. But that's just me.
I mean, I'm giving guys that I've been in relationships with Valentine's Day gifts, but typically because like with my ex, I use it because it's probably my longest relationship. Like he never really gave me like, one year he did buy me a purse, but that was his way of begging me back. But after that, it was like a card, dinner, flowers, some candy, a teddy bear.
Flowers, cards, and candy.
Yeah, so those are typically the only things that I got for Valentine's Day. But, and for him, I probably would do the same thing, like candy. Typically men don't eat, like, get candy and fucking flowers and teddy bears. So they might do something like some chocolate covered strawberries. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, so did you want to read the comment that Tia had said? Because I know you had posted it.
Oh. When we were younger in school, you never saw the dudes walking around with stuff. You did. You remember Tia back?
That was when we was younger, y'all. We grown as hell now.
But I don't think my mom has. I mean, I know she does get my dad stuff for Valentine's Day, but it ain't never been like nothing elaborate that I can think of. I know they could, because they do a lot for their anniversary and Christmas. And so Valentine's Day, I think it's kind of pretty,
Well, that makes sense.
Like spend time together type thing.
Yeah.
A romantic dinner.
Yeah, that makes sense in the sense of if Christmas and anniversaries like back to back, and then Valentine's Day, then that would be a bit much to try to do. Unless you got the budget and you want to do that, then by all means do whatever you want to do. So
balling.
Say what?
I said balling.
Oh. So we're talking about today about Black love, because it's still Black History Month, and we did want to do a show on love, but we also wanted to make it be about Black love. But what I do want to talk about, like, who are some of your favorite couples that you see that you feel like display that Black love? No, we don't know these people. We're not in their house or anything like that, but just on the outside surface level.
Who my favorite?
Yeah.
I don't have one. My mom and my daddy, like literally. Probably my mom, my dad, my sister and her husband. Like people that I personally know. Like as far as celebrity couples, I don't typically, not anymore. I'm gonna tell you why. And this ain't the only reason why. Like Megan Good and her dude. They did that. Oh, look at my mom, my dad up there, girl. Hi, mama, hey, daddy. That's my mom, my daddy. But like Megan Good and her dude, like they gave us this whole book giving motherfuckers hope like it ain't shit. And look at their ass now. They so quick to tell us how to get this love and how to keep it, what you need to do to get it. And God said this was my husband. And God said this was my wife.
Yeah, but you got to keep them too. So, I mean, you can teach people how to get them, but maintain them.
But they getting divorced though.
But that's what I'm saying. That's where we lose the connection, is maintaining the relationship. For women specifically, we're always taught about how to get the man. but we're not talked about or told about how to maintain the relationship with that specific man.
Yeah, but my point that I was making was that they gave us what was supposed to be how to get your man.
Well, she got him. She just didn't keep him.
And he gave us, but he supposed to be the preacher. He the one said that the Lord said, and the Lord told y'all to get divorced. So we need answers, Megan and Muslim McCauley.
Well, as someone who has experienced divorce, no one ever goes into the relationship thinking it's going to end. And sometimes people can prematurely give out advice without having the experiences in the relationship to give out that advice. So I don't want to. I definitely understand what you're saying, that you got to be careful about, like, you know, me and my husband this, you know, and y'all have been married for 6 months or a year, because you need to go through the fire a little bit to give out that type of advice. But
so that's why I say I don't have like a favorite couple. I think I like Barack Obama and Michelle Obama.
Yeah, and that's who I forget, because I did think of some people that I thought about, like, over the years they have stayed together. I mean, I got their pictures, but I didn't want to do everybody. But of course, my parents, they were married for 41 years until my father passed away. And Cle, how long your parents were married?
They are 38 years.
Okay, well, about the same amount of time my parents have been married. And even though we know that our relationships and marriages won't be exactly like our parents, but we do desire to have something like that type of love.
I know I got another favorite couple.
Mm-hmm.
My best friend Tasha and her husband Lonnie.
Look, Tasha, I had to search to find this picture of you with Lonnie.
We want to celebrate our friends because that is a successful marriage of two young people that we get to, you know, see. We don't know all their business, which is a good thing. It's probably why they still together. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's a favorite couple of mine. I guess people that I would actually know. I mean, of course, we like to look at Beyonce and Jay-Z.
And I did have them as a couple. I'm gonna tell you why I have Beyonce and Jay-Z as one of the couples that I admire, because they had to go through that infidelity situation and so forth, and they were able to make it through and decide to stay together. And a lot of people don't do that, and it takes a lot of strength and a lot of work to get over that, to where you can trust your partner again. I'm assuming that they rebuilt the trust, so that's why I wanted to highlight that specific couple. And there were a few others, like I keep calling her Donna, but that's not her name.
Chance, I just like Chance.
Yeah, Tabitha and Chance, bro.
Tabitha and Chance, I think they are so cute. I really like them. I think, and how the husband fine. I'm sorry.
Her husband is fine.
Gorgeous too, and they got a daughter named Choice.
And
she's gorgeous too.
All of them beautiful, just a beautiful black family.
Yeah, they are. They giving black excellence.
And
it's black elites.
It seemed genuine, you know, and I love the backstory of how, you know, he supported her while she pursued her dreams. Now she's supporting him while he pursued their dreams and building their brand together. So any couple that is supportive of each other like that, and he's not intimidated by her, you know, outspokenness and strong presence, I admire that, because with us being like media personalities and so forth, some men can be intimidated
sometimes,
right?
So I think they are cute. They are, and it does seem genuine. And then, like you said, when you hear their backstory, you know that they've really been dealing with their kids. So it makes sense.
And then I have Denzel and Pauletta Washington. I also thought of Angela Bassett and her husband. His name is Vince or something like that. And I love them because they've been together for a long time, and they both of their relationships, Angela and Denzel, their relationships were real low key. And you really didn't hear anything.
I didn't figure out. What's the man who got who had the stakes on the plane? Samuel Jackson and his wife. Yeah, they've been together for a really, really long time too. That's a nice couple. You know, I think that they've been together. They used to Ice Cube and his wife.
I know she didn't been through something.
She probably has, but you know.
Are you talking about Ice Cube or Ice T?
Ice Cube.
Okay.
But Ice T and his wife. I mean, they come up with stuff together like a bug.
I mean, I guess it is black love because he's black.
They make it black.
Well, yeah. you know, we don't really discriminate. Now, I do have one couple that's probably controversial, is why I admire their relationship. I don't want their relationship, but I admire Is Will and Jada. I know people gonna come for me like, what is this bitch thinking about? And I say that because we see all the quote unquote antics, or you know, we always be like, Will ain't happy, Jada ain't happy, this, that, and the third. But I really feel like they have gotten to a space in their relationship where they make their relationship for them and they don't give a fuck about anybody else's
You know how old
opinion.
people be when they get older, they just stop giving a fuck. That's kind
Right.
of
But I do believe that they genuinely love and care for each other, whether they're swingers or not, you know, or whatever the media says about them, they're choosing to stay together, and it seems like it's working for them. Now, will it work for me? I can't say, but I can admire anybody choosing to work through, you know, the transitions of life. So
yeah, I can agree with that. I just think that they both need to be quiet, putting it out on the internet. You know what I'm
well, maybe
saying?
they think they helping.
I mean, you
They
know,
helping somebody.
I mean, what I can say that I do like about the fact that they are public figures and they are discussing the woes of their marriage. It's like people typically only want to discuss the good shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they never addressed any rumors when stuff was actually going bad. And so now they're addressing those things. They're probably making money off of it. People want to get an interview. You know,
Same thing. Beyonce and Jay-Z did the same thing. They just put it in the album.
Put it in the album. That's it. You know, but I do
Three of
like
them.
I do like the fact that they do you know, kind of give the other side of things too.
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't just, oh, you know, everything's perfect like Russell and Sierra. I love Russell and Sierra.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I think that they are just adorable. But it does seem like it's just all perfect. They paint this perfect picture so much. And it's like, I wonder, do they ever argue about anything? Because it just look like they just so happy all most of the time.
They might be happy all the time. I guess sometimes we're so used to seeing toxic relationships that when we see something that might be healthy, we like, oh, I don't trust that.
Like, that nigga ain't piss you off. I know he leave his wrong on the floor. Like, I know he do something to piss
Right.
you off.
I do have two more couples that I did want to discuss, but these couples are not married. They have been in long-term relationships. This is Tempest Blisso. And y'all, I forgot his actual legal name. Ron from different words. They have been together for almost 30 years, but I don't believe they had gotten married at all. And then, of course, we have Oprah and Stedman. I'm not sure if I had a picture of them. I do. We all know what they look like. They've been together since my existence. And I do believe that I wanted to highlight those types of relationships because a lot of times we're always talking about marriage. But there are some people that don't desire to get married and they're happy about this. So if that's what you like, hey, float your boat.
Hey, if you like it, I love it, baby.
Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, we got a comment from Tia. This is one I like this too. Grant Hill and Tamia.
Oh yeah.
That is definitely, they are different. I guess if I had to pick a favorite celebrity couple, that's who it would be.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Tammy and Kirk Franklin. I love Tammy and Kirk Franklin. I think they so cute.
I like Tia and
Corey.
Yeah.
Okay. I like them too.
Okay, we could go all day.
We could go on and on about the black love, but I'm glad we are talking about the positive parts because, you know,
we spend a lot of time talking about the negative.
About niggas ain't shit. I mean, a lot of niggas ain't shit, but you know, we talking about that.
So I have a question for you and the audience that's watching. How do you define love, or what does love mean to you?
Love is patient.
Don't give me no textbook answer. Don't give me
That's love. Love to me, I don't know. I feel like love is definitely an action. Mm-hmm. It is not a feeling. Because our feelings tend to change all the time. But when you love a person, you know, you're still going to show that even when you're feeling low, down, mad, sad, glad, you know, you know, I feel nervous, but I still love you. Meaning, like, I know I just cussed you out, but my tire just is flat. You still gonna come beat my ass up. Like, to me, that's love, you know. So I guess love, to me, is just an action, you know, treating me how you feel like I deserve to be treated, meaning in a good way. Some niggas might treat you like you ain't shit because they
And then they say they love you.
So
I guess for me, love is willing to love is selfless.
I feel.
And I say that because when you're a single person and you've never been married, it's only about you. You only have to think about what I'm going to eat, how I'm going to pay my bills, how I'm going to do this. It's all me. I don't have to check in with nobody. I don't have to be responsible for anyone else. But when you allow someone else to be a part of your life and in a committed relationship, that takes a selfless act because you have to adjust to the changes and being with that person. You taking two different people from two different households, upbringings, maybe belief systems, and trying to merge it into one. And it takes a lot of selflessness to do so. And as you were saying, like when that person pisses you off, you have to be selfless and still take care of them because you said that you was going to do these things because you love them. So for me, it's the main thing is selfless. Now there are other things, but I don't want to, go too off on the deep end as far as the definitions of love.
So look, I'm over here laughing. I was listening to your friend. I promise I was, but I'm tripping off of Tia in the comments talking about. I guess she was having some old couples. We got Safari and Erica Miller.
That ain't the type of love we talking about.
That is so funny. And then she said Rashida and Kirk. Why you being petty right now, Tia? That is funny to me because those are definitely two couples.
Okay, so Lee Demon says you can love someone and still do them dirty. Do you really think that you truly love them if you do them wrong?
No.
But do them dirty is different than making a mistake.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do me dirty? Do you know what doing me dirty is?
Mm-hmm.
Like, doing me dirty, that's like, me. You don't give a fuck. You did me dirty.
Mm-hmm.
Now, it's one thing for you to do something and you make a mistake or, you say something that may hurt my feelings and stuff like that. Then that's one thing. Because sometimes when we're emotional and we experiencing feelings, we'll do things and say things that we may not typically mean. But it's how nobody's perfect. But no, you can't do me dirty. Now, you hurt my feelings, then, this one thing.
Do you think some of the reasons, and I'm trying to set it up because I want to talk about the love languages, not too deep into it, but some people aren't aware that there are different love languages. There are 5 ones, and there is a book about it. I didn't do the research, look it up, Google it for yourself if you want to know. But there is a test that you can take to figure out what your love language is, and they are gifts, words of affirmation, quality time, physical touch, and it's probably one that's the acts of service. Okay, those are the 5, and you have main 3 that you do.
I know mine.
And what are yours?
Okay, I know my number 1 is gifts for sure. And my second one I think is acts of service because I'm kind of spoiled, and I realized that because I like I don't know, would that be acts of service or physical touch? I like massages. Like a nigga rub my feet, like that means I work on my feet so much, like that just you rub my feet, like that means something to me. So I don't know if that's an act of service.
I guess
because it's like a massage, but it's also physical touch. I guess I would say acts of service because I like for a nigga like to. Let me lay on the couch, and if I say I'm hungry, he fix my plate and bring it to me type stuff.
Yeah, I like this.
Sometimes, that of course, because typically the woman, when you're in a relationship, you typically do those things all the time. So him actually fixing your plate and bringing it to you, that's kind of like a special thing, or whatever. So I guess I would say, of course, we said gifts, acts of service, and then I would say quality time.
For me, it would be gifts. I like giving and receiving gifts. And when I say gifts, of course you can buy me a purse if that's what you want to do. But I'm going to tell you, it's more sentimental to me when you buy little things that I specifically like. And I say this all the time. Like my favorite snacks, I like Almond Joys. I like root beer, like some random, like my taste buds are weird as fuck. So if you go out and buy Almond Joy, that lets me know you specifically specifically thinking of me when you went and did that versus you going to buy me a bag that you could buy anybody else. So for me, I find it more meaningful when it's like token gifts, like token gifts versus like outlandish, elaborate gifts. I will also say acts of service. Like if a nigga clean up, like that, like is a turn on to me because that's one less thing I have to fucking do. If you do that for me, you know, or if you do things like get out the car and pump the gas, even though we expect those things from our partners,
cleaning up, okay.
No, I'm saying even but what I'm saying, even though we expect those things from our partners, those are things that we can do for ourselves. So him doing it for me or him taking my car, I guess that would be a better example versus us being in the car together.
Right.
But if you take my car and get it, you know, service and all this
stuff.
Like
I cash your here you go, your gas for the week, baby.
Right. For me, that would be a gift, but you know, under the same thing. So gifts, acts of service, and then my third one is words of affirmation. I like to be told, you look nice, or, oh, I think you're wonderful, because I do the same thing. I'm a gas nigga up. Like, I'm going to tell him.
I think all of them.
I'm going to tell him, like, you look so good. Ooh, damn, baby. Ooh, the way you twist your eye.
Yeah, like, I think, I now that you say that, I feel like all of them I love language, because it's kind of like, you know, if we're spending quality time, I want you to massage my feet and tell me how pretty I am at the same time. So there's like three of them wrapped in one right there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, dang. All of them. Know my love languages.
So we discussed the love languages, and if you want to know what your love language is, you can type in 5 love languages in Google, and then a test will. You can take the test to figure out what your love language is. And so what I want to move into is like Black love specifically, because we talk generally about love, but we also talked about some of our favorite Black couples. So to you, Cle, what does Black love mean? Like, what does that look like to you?
Sure, my mom and my dad. My mama and daddy, that is Black love. I'm trying to tell my mom daddy, but you know, back in the day, our parents used to get it out the mud together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And I just, you know, it's not like how it is now. You know, everybody gotta be their whole selves, and we expect so much out of a partner, you know, before we can commit to them, or, you know, it's very rare that people are building things together anymore. So, you know, I feel like my parents built a life together, and they stuck to it, you know, like they was each other person, like this.
I agree with you. I hope I don't really have much to add to that. I agree that Black love to me, and it's not just struggling, but more so, and I'm not saying that your parents struggle, but like building together through the adversities as Black people and being that support system for one another, knowing that how you struggle as a Black man and dealing with everyday life, you struggle as a Black woman with dealing with everyday life, but we're going to be each other's peace and comfort and safety. So I agree with you as it relates to that. So I want to, and it's not but I do want to know, like, what is love not? Like, what is not a good representation of love?
Well, I'm going to tell you what is not. We're going to go to this comment real quick because it's kind of related to what you just said. Okay, go ahead. So, Black love is not a trapper and an RN. So, with that being said, that's what love is not. A trapper and an RN.
Not a trapper.
Yes. He said a trapper and an RN.
Who said it?
Gerard. Wait a minute now. But no, that's what Black love is not. And so when we talk about what Black love is not, a song popped up in my head. Do you remember that Alicia Keys song, We Can Fight Like Ike and Tina?
Yeah. Or
bitch, that's not Black love.
Struggle like Flo and Joe and James.
First of all, I don't want to fight like Ike and Tina. That ain't no Black love, because they was whooping each other's ass. They was definitely whooping each other's ass. Like, they was whooping each other's ass so bad.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's a car.
I was like, I don't know if they did knock something over. Yes, but that's what Black love is not. It is not Ike and Tina, and it definitely ain't Erica Mena and Safari.
And it's not ride or die.
It's definitely not fucking ride or die.
I
Because
mean,
why would you put me in a position that I have to die? You don't love me.
Kill your side. Because I've never heard that in other communities. And I don't know if that's just a figure of speech that we say, like she's my ride or die or she my down chick. But it seems like, why do we have to struggle to obtain love? Like, why I got to go down through the dumps with you for 12 years before you could decide to marry me? To me, that's not love. Now, does that mean you meet me in 3 weeks and then we get married and live off happily ever after? No, not at all. But that struggle love, that has been identified mainly with the Black community. And I think we need to be careful about glorifying that type of shit.
Because I ain't gonna even lie, because I'm gonna tell you what I feel Black love is not. And they young, so I'm giving them up, I ain't judging them because I actually think they kind of cute, But like the Jada Waiter and the Lil Baby situation, like he he's been caught cheating on you several times, and now they back together, apparently, allegedly. They're back together, and everybody's like, yeah, that's right, he love her. I'm one of those people. Yeah, that's right, that's her nigga. He love her. He ain't going nowhere. Yeah, that's right. Jada got her man. What Saweetie thought it was. You know what I'm saying? That was definitely me. But when you think about it, it's like, damn, this nigga really, he probably gonna do that shit again. You know what I'm saying? Unless he really was scared straight and thought that you wasn't gonna fuck with him no more. You know what I'm saying? And maybe he think that you ain't playing no game. Who knows? We don't know the whole story. But I just kind of didn't like when I sat back and I thought about it. It's like, damn, nigga, it take for you to think all these niggas at me for you to try to straighten up after you done publicly embarrass me with some other bitch, taking home shopping sprees and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So we want to encourage specifically women that's not love. If a nigga is expecting you to do that, then maybe you need to reconsider your relationship with that person. That doesn't mean that when hard times come that you just run off. But I'm talking about like habitually cheating, beating your ass, struggling in the sense of you're not trying to grow. Like people do go through financial issues and stuff like that. But
when you don't want more, when you're not trying to dig yourself up out of it,
and you expected me to take care of you while you sit on the couch playing video games. But if she let him do that, then that's on her.
So we're gonna read a comment from Henry Mack. That's my homeboy Marcus. Okay, it says Black love is creating and being a good example for your legacy to follow and build on.
Okay, two snaps for that.
I like that answer. I do.
That was a good one.
That was a good answer. That is because, which is kind of would give us a segue into the next topic about how important it is for Black love
being represented.
And so that affects our legacy. You know what I'm saying? For me, I think it's very, very important because, I was blessed to have my mother and my father in the same household. I had a great example of Black love, even with my siblings and their significant others, I have really good examples of Black love. And because of that, I feel like, I would be able to, be a good wife, and love a man in life, you know what I'm saying? Because I have those good examples. And if I instill it in my children and it goes on, then we can keep the Black family together too. Yeah. If they have great examples of love, and then that way we be more powerful. See, right now the Black community, we are separated because they're trying to separate the Black family. But I ain't gonna get out into it.
I do know that it's important for the representation because of what you said, because of legacy and community. Like, we are really divided as a community. And it's not, I would say that we're about 40% of the blame, and the other 60% is due to institutionalized racism. It's like furthering the division. But I do notice, like, they released this, like with the emojis, they have like the Black pregnant woman emoji, and they have certain emojis, but like with the Black family, you can't create the Black family as an emoji. Like you know how like you can hold press and then let you change the skin tone, you can't do it with the family.
Oh, you sure can.
So it's things like that. Or like,
you know what? Because I feel like I tried to do that before.
Or like when they have commercials, you hardly ever see like a black couple. You may see a black woman with a white man, or a black man with a white woman, or Hispanic
black
woman.
man with a white man.
Right, like something like you never see a lot of blackness. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist, but not as frequently as it should. And so that's why I think it's important, because a lot of times representation, it helps defines us. Like, just think about looking at TV as a young girl.
I was just about to bring that up. What TV shows from our childhoods, you know, or even now that we can think of, that give us a good representation of black love?
I believe our generation had that with like the Huxtables, and regardless of what we think about them personally, the TV show in itself was a good representation of black love. Family Matters was a good representation of black love.
Yeah.
What are some other shows that
I could even lie? Martin was too.
It was funny, but
it was funny. It was a little crazy, but you know, for the most part, they didn't really have like no really big issues. Like Martin wasn't dogging her ass out.
You know what the biggest issue was, which is so funny now, because as a kid I didn't notice it. Gina was a career woman. And there was a lot of the issues that they ran into in a relationship because she was a career woman and she couldn't cook and serve him and do the things that he wanted. So it's crazy that show was like the early 90s, and it's still like a problem today with some men dealing with career women or boss chicks and so forth. But I didn't notice it as a kid because I'm just looking at it as a kid, but as an adult, it's like, well, damn.
Okay, I give you another one that talked about a show that gave us an example of black love. It was a little crazy, but the Parkers, because she got her man baby at the end.
No, that's obsession. He just got tired.
But at the end, he was like, I think I love her. Because when she stopped chasing his ass, just like a nigga, when she stopped chasing his ass,
he had to be a Gemini.
I love you, Nikki Parker. You know,
he's a Gemini, because Geminis do that. If you're like all over them, they don't want to fuck with you. But the moment you act like you done moved on, here they come talking about they love you. Trust me, I know. I've dated a couple of Geminis.
Yes. Okay. So Tia says in the comments, of course, Fresh Prince. Yes, that was definitely.
I think they was next to the Huxtables. They was like the second best couple. Yeah. With dark skin and beard though.
The chemistry was off the charts. What about now? Of course, you know, they last season, Blackish. This was giving us some black love. What about some movies? You got any movies that's giving us some good examples of black love?
All the ones I done seen was Madea movies. I mean, they ended off good. You know what I'm saying? They ended off like really, really good. But
Tutu said all of us.
This just stop.
You know what it was, but you know what? I guess it was because they showed them co-parenting well,
and that is a real dynamic.
Yeah, that's a good one. I'm trying to think. What about a movie? Okay, Love Jones. We talked about that last week because Deanna hasn't seen it, but they kind of had a little toxic situation. They kind of had some struggle going on.
Well, I mean, for some people, that's their story. It ain't gonna be mine no more. But I don't know. I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
So y'all got any movies that y'all or TV shows that may have reminded you or that you can think of that was a good representation, I guess you could say, of black love in the comments. But other than that,
Brown Sugar, that's a good one, Mika.
They were
childhood friends. Yeah.
That's a motherfucking struggle, love. Nigga, it took you this long to know you love me.
What about? Well, I don't know if I think it was more her than him. I think he had a crush on her, and she wasn't into him until he ended up
loving basketball.
That was toxic too. Damn.
Not really, because they was best friends. It didn't get toxic until he started going through something. They just kind of fell off.
Just like some niggas do, they go through some shit and they don't communicate, and I don't know what the fuck going on. You just fucking disappear on my ass.
Okay. Really? Okay. These some good ones, y'all. Hitch was definitely a good one.
But what's his like? But she wasn't black though.
No, yes, she was. But no, she was Hispanic.
And I mean, it's
Really
not to.
Love. Have you seen that?
I
Yeah.
haven't.
That's the Netflix movie, right? Really love, really love, really love. Yeah. That's the Netflix movie, I believe. I saw that when the other movie that had Issa and Lakeith Stanfield in it.
Photograph.
Oh,
I have not seen
I
it.
boo-hoo cried at that movie. It was so emotional. Brothers.
That was a little toxic.
Brother, which one? Brothers.
The one with Shamar Moore, Morris Chestnut, D.L. Hughley, and Bill Bellamy. I don't even know how I remember all of that.
But you know what? That is kind of a good example.
Well, D.L. Hughley and his wife, they had little issues, but they
worked
love,
through it.
yeah.
Shamar Moore, he just broke that poor lady hard. Yeah, but I guess that was a good one. Okay, we got some more. Marcus said, "Baby boy."
Hell nah. That's an example of things that ain't love. If I gotta go through all that with you for you to act right,
Jody.
Now-
Let me smell you there.
maybe in your 20s you might have the energy for all that BS, but now I ain't got the
We got
energy.
Jump in the Room. We got Just Right. Okay, and we talked about the photograph. Just Right.
That was the basketball movie with Queen Latifah and Common.
Was that a good example? I feel like he kind of did her dirty.
Well, he didn't do her dirty. I just think he didn't really
He said,
acted upon his real feelings.
at least he fixed it though. I
Right.
guess you could say that was some good. That was some good ones. That was some good ones, y'all. Okay.
So
okay.
the next question I have, and this one might get a little toxic, is why do you think it's so much division in the Black community related to family and marriage?
Because y'all granddaddies was leaving y'all motherfucking grandmamas, and that should just trickle down generation to generation. That's what it is. We got.
I think part of the issue is we're trying to put unrealistic expectations on people, and rather than defining your relationship for yourself, you try to make your relationship fit under this whatever social media or society has said your relationship is supposed to be. Like a lot of the division, and we talked about this a little bit last week, is with Black women not being able to have that career, family, and marriage. It seems like we have to pick and choose one or the other, and I think that's one of the biggest battles that we have. And the whole independent woman thing, or
The feminine, she not
feminine
feminine,
enough, and
masculine.
and
energy.
keep it, and this dawned on me today. A whole bunch of niggas is sitting up here telling a whole bunch of women that they ain't feminine. Ain't that some feminine ass shit? Like
that is some what Kevin Hart used to say on this show, bitch ass, what bitch assness? No bitch assness.
that's just
No
like,
bitch.
as women, we're telling men what a man is. Like we're not men. We can't tell them what a man is.
No, I can't tell what a man is, but I can tell you what these niggas be doing though, because I can experience that shit. Now I don't know what being a man is. But
Well,
I definitely can tell you what y'all niggas be doing.
I mean, I've seen, positive male role models in my life, so I have an understanding of what it is, but I can't tell a man what a man is and what ain't, or what's masculine and what's not masculine.
Right.
And I think that's where the toxic part comes in. We think it's so black and white when really it's a lot of colors and nuances to the conversation, that it's certain things like, for men dancing or expressing their feelings, they consider that is not masculine. Even though
Like
those
that big ass dude on Instagram.
Huh?
That big old dude.
Yeah, like they be making fun of him so much, and even though I know he do it for the laughs and for the attention, why can't that big black man dance in the middle of
What he
of
called
every
himself
time?
gorilla or something like that. The dancing gorilla.
He do look like a gorilla,
And he be dancing.
and he called himself that, so then nobody else called him.
Yeah, he called himself the dancing gorilla or something like that. But it was a meme with him on it. It was like, is this a good reason to break up with him? And everybody was like, yeah.
But that's because, especially in the black community, men dancing like that, unless you juking,
Yeah,
it's not, or doing the pretty boy dancing, all that,
But you
know.
know what? But it's so crazy because we used to love this shit when we was young. Now
Yeah.
I see a nigga doing this shit now, be like, well, get
Cause
your ass up this great
Because
girl.
we've gotten so hard and emotionally like strict and stuff, like we don't show our feelings and emotions and all that stuff. I really think that one of the biggest issues why we have division is the music that we create as a community. If you like think about as our parents and us as kids and growing up, we heard more love songs and romance. Now, granted, there was some songs in there like "Clean Up Woman" and "If You Think You're Lonely Now." Like it was songs in there, but they did it in a subtle way to where it sounded good and you thought it was a love song. Like "Reasons." We talked about "Reasons" a couple of episodes ago, and it was about why the fuck we even doing this shit. But everybody get married to it, so. I do believe the music has a lot of impact on it because music can influence your emotions and your thought process and so forth. And I'm not saying that we should stop creating the music. It's just that don't allow it to guide you and be your mantra in your life. Fuck a bitch, slap a hoe, and real ass bitch give a fuck about a nigga. You know, you have those
but
moments.
I do believe it though. I believe that. I was just talking about that in the salon the other day. They always cracking jokes when it's my music playing the salon because they're like, Cle, you so in love. Like, why you so in love? You in love. Why you got this love music playing? But you know, that's what I like. I love. So I listen to a lot of love songs. They can be sad love songs, happy love songs, fuck you love songs. I like them motherfuckers.
You just love all aspects of love.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
So the next question that I have, and I think this is the last one before we do our jam of the week, is what are some solutions you think can help? Like, because I want to be solution oriented because we do talk about the problem a lot, but like, what's something you think we could do as a community to help them?
Well, it's going to take a whole lot of work, but I ultimately think that what we have to do, if I just feel like couples now break up so easily. Like, I don't feel like, I don't know these people's stories and why they're breaking up and stuff, but, back in the day, and even with like our parents, our grandparents, like they worked this stuff out.
They had no choice because they had nowhere to go.
That is true. That is true. But that's why we have the legacies that we have in certain families because they stuck that shit out. So in order to fix the black home and the black family, we gotta learn to stick that shit out. Ain't nobody gonna be perfect.
And I'm gonna say not sweep shit under the rug because we do that a whole lot. We ignore a lot of like trauma or traumatic things. We ignore things that needs to be addressed and worked on. We don't go to therapy. We don't go to counseling. We don't, talk to our spiritual leaders or, friends and family that have been in the game or the marriage for a long time. I think that helps being able to communicate and listen because all I hear on the internet is you don't know what it feels like to be a black man. You don't know what it feels like to be a black woman. No, we don't know how each other's feel. We all deal with different things, but as black people, we experience some of the same things. And I'm not your enemy. I'm your partner. I'm your help. So don't be coming at me like that with that energy. Like we got to be each other's peace in the home. So when we go out into the world, we'll be able to fight and be able to get the rights that we deserve and so forth. But we won't get there if we're constantly fighting and arguing and, putting each other down, as it relates to that. We need to address the issues, try to find a solution.
And not be afraid to go to counseling and stuff. Like those things weren't really accessible, back in the day. Now they are.
They have self-help books and workbooks. Everybody got a book now.
If you don't like to read, you can listen to that shit. Right. We got audio books. You know what I'm saying?
And even with
meditation, I think meditating is a good way too. But I mean,
I will say one more thing: intentionally making time for your partner. Because I think sometimes we get so caught up with life and work and stuff, we don't intentionally make time for one another. Like my parents, before my father passed, they would go out on a date like every Thursday or Friday. whether they go out to a fancy restaurant or they go to Chili's or McAllister's, they may go to the movies or go hear a church choir sing or something. They made plans for each other every month, and they continuously dated each other. Just like my ex-father-in-law, he said the best way to stay together is never marry your partner, always date them. Because when you think about the dating phase, it's always fun. Well, it's supposed to be fun with the right person. Like the different type of feelings that you get. And, oh, I miss you, you miss me. And you
When
sit
you
out.
get married, you kind of just settle in.
Right.
You just kind of like, you ain't gonna know where you mind.
Girl, that's my light bulb switch. I got scared for a second. I said, hold on, I don't pay my utility. My light bulb about to go out. It's flickering. But as you were saying, you know, well, I don't know what you were saying because that just distracted me.
But it's time for the gem of the week. Okay, y'all. Look, we right in an hour. Look at us. Get it together. You know what I'm saying? Even though we started.
Get myself together because I got some place to go.
All right, now, Mary.
Yeah, that's my speaker to play music.
Encourage. Mika said, encourage each other and be intentional about meeting each other's needs. Amen, Mika. Amen, girl.
All right, so, Clee, what is your gem of the week?
My gem of the week is you gotta do it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I picked this song because I'm single on Valentine's Day. And so the name of the song is called Fuck That by Zaya Bell. I don't even know if that's how you say her name.
Okay.
But
I want to hear this stuff.
I was gonna try to
Part you up.
Fuck that nigga and his bitch too. Fuck that nigga and his bitch too.
can't play along, y'all. But y'all can go download that shit.
Fuck that nigga and his bitch too.
And his bitch.
And his bitch too.
Fuck that nigga and his bitch too. Oh,
but yes, I like this song. So fuck that nigga and his bitch too on Valentine's Day.
My song is Loved by You, Kirby. I thought we was gonna do love songs, but
I mean we're on different spectrums of dating right now. So I'm gonna fuck that nigga. And you gonna get him.
well, the first step to healing is admitting. Okay. Okay. I love this song.
so I've been alone to know somebody I'm without. Someone is no one at all. Baby, all these nights I struggled and fought my pride. Scared that someone your type could
That
see
sounds
that's
like a
not
wedding
love.
song or something. I don't know what she's talking about. I gotta read the lyrics because I always like to read the lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
That was definitely, one of those feel good wedding songs. That definitely giving me walking down the aisle.
And I came across the song. I actually saw a reel of somebody remixing her song, and I was like, "Oh, I like those lyrics." And then I looked at the song. I was like, "Oh, okay, I really like this song." So I'm gonna use this as my jam of the week for the week. And we are curating a playlist for Valentine's Day. We will have that available to you, I believe, as soon as tomorrow, but definitely by Friday. Because we like to give like different like feels and vibes on it. So we curate the playlist for Apple Music, YouTube, and Spotify. So make sure that you check out the current playlist that we have on YouTube, Apple Music, and Spotify, which is just like our Black History Month podcast, and it's encouraging, uplifting Black music. So make sure you guys check that out. Also, don't forget to follow us and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Bitch Let Me Tell You What Happened. The acronym is in the on the screen. So make sure you go ahead and do that, because we will be back next week with more content related to the Black community. We thank you guys for watching. Any last words, Cliff?
Black love.
And Black power.
That was good. That was good.
Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys next week.
8 o'clock, y'all.
We're gonna be on time next week.